We're here in the Fort Myers Shores area where actually neighbors here reached out to us. They wanted us to come out to their community to cover the damage that they are experiencing and living with the past week. And now if you're not familiar with this area here, it's right off of the Caloosahatchee River. So many of these homes are right off of canals. And even though you see most of them standing, they look like they're intact. These neighbors say that they had more than 4 feet of that strong storm surge, and it's completely ruined the insides of their homes.
We lost basically everything our whole life. I mean, things of value, but the sentimental stuff that you lost, like letters from my grandfather that I can never, I can never read again. That kind of stuff. When it's all waterlogged and soaked and gone, that you throw away your heart. And but this is our life right now. This is in these piles. Everything in the home from 3 feet down is destroyed by water. We got to pull the walls out, the insulation, mold started. It's quite an experience, something you'll probably never forget. But the older you get, the harder it is, and 12-hour days to strip the home. Everything in the garage is gone, so it's horrendous.
Lee showed me his home.
This is our life right now. No beds, no furniture, no functionality. One day at a time. It's going to be years to rebuild. I don't think you'll ever be normal. We have to strip and rebuild. It's like starting over. Purchasing furniture, getting the house back to where it's livable. The central air was submerged. You can't use it anymore.
He goes through memories of picture albums trying to dry out in the front yard. Also memories of this vacuum as it was passed down to him after his mom passed away, and he doesn't think it'll ever work again. This is all what he came back to after he and his wife evacuated.
When Lee Alert sent the signals to leave that the tidal surge was going to be that high and we're that close to the river, I told my wife we're getting out of here. They stayed. They called me to help call 911 to rescue them because the water was up to their knees. They were in a panic, and there was nothing I could do. I couldn't even sleep that night worrying about them. I mean, it was bad. You want to help your fellow man, but when you're helpless to help them, it wrenches on your heart.
Those neighbors are safe, along with his other neighbors, Michelle and her parents, who stayed right here through Hurricane Ian, including her dad, Bill, who had heart surgery months ago.
You really think that everything is going to be okay. You're far enough inland, you're going to be all right, and then in a blink of an eye, you're in chest-deep water.
She tells me the house isn't livable, so they are staying on the boat in the backyard as they continue to try and salvage their most precious possessions. Tell us why this is so important and why your parents are trying to save this.
My brother served in Afghanistan in the Navy, and he brought that back to my parents, and he passed away in 2008. That's one of the only things they have that he ever gave to them or anything like that. My parents lost pictures. They have over 70 years worth of pictures that we had scattered on the yard trying to dry and save. Pictures of my grandparents, my grandmother, their wedding, pictures of my brother when he was younger. Pictures of me when I was younger. Some of it we couldn't save.
Yet throughout all the cleanup, happy to be alive and continue to push forward, like Tom, who stopped us on the street to say,
I have a home in St. James, Pine Island, and we thought it was gone. My neighbor called me. He says, your house is on the news. And we saw my house was standing. This is where you want to live. There's nobody going to leave here. They're all going to survive, and it's just going to get better because it's the people. This material stuff, I'm a cancer survivor. Material means nothing. You know what I'm saying? In reality, I'm standing here, I'm surviving.
And throughout all of this devastation that you're seeing throughout this neighborhood, Lee put this sign in front of his house, hoping that it would make some people smile when they go by, as they are just trying to stay as positive as they can during these times. In Fort Myers, Elyse Chengery, Fox 4.